Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your game by subscribing to our channel so you never miss our daily content. For exclusive access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon. Find the link in the comments section below. Stay ahead with High Stakes. St. Louis Cardinals versus Toronto Blue Jays. When looking at the pitching matchup for this game, these starters are performing at two different levels in their previous 7 starts. Kyle Gibson is 1-2 with a 4.83 ERA and a 1.29 WHIP in 41.0 innings during that stretch, while Jose Berrios is 6-1 with a 2.36 ERA and a 1.01 WHIP in 45.2 innings of work. Since the All-Star break, these teams have each played 51 games, and there is a bit of a difference in the ability of these teams to put runs on the board. St. Louis is averaging 4.02 runs per game, while Toronto is scoring 4.53 runs per game. Go with the Toronto Blue Jays to win at home once again as the better option here. These offenses are doing enough to go past the total, as in September, the St. Louis Cardinals are averaging 4.09 runs in their 11 games this month, while the Toronto Blue Jays are scoring 4.1 runs in their 10 games in the calendar month. These bullpens for the season are going to struggle a bit as well, with the Cardinals doing well at 7th place in MLB with a 3.63 reliever ERA, while the Blue Jays are down at 28th in baseball with a 4.81 bullpen ERA. All in all, go with over 8 runs in this game as the better bet. Miami Marlins versus Washington Nationals. Miami really hasn't had much break their way this season. They have a ton of injuries to their starting rotation, including seeing Yuri Perez, elbow, Jesus Luzardo, back, Sixto Sanchez, shoulder, Sandy Alcantara, elbow, and Braxton Garrett, forearm, all dealing with long-term rehab stints. Combine the injuries with the fact that the Marlins are ranked 17th in team batting average, .241, 29th in OPS, .668, and 28th in home runs, 134, and you can see how they've compiled a lousy 55-93 record. Washington's clearly in a rebuild at the moment, and I don't think they're in a massive rush considering the 3 teams above them in the standings are in win-now mode. The Nationals are currently 66-81 following Friday's 4-1 victory, and that puts them 22.0 games out of first place in the division. However, I think this year's all about development for the Nationals. They've seen C.J. Abrams take a step forward as he's leading the team in home runs, 20, and RBI, 65. James Wood, .273 average, 5 HR, and Dylan Cruz, .242, 3 HR, have also been called up to get some MLB experience. It's not very often that we get a plus money payout to fade Patrick Corbin. While the left-hander has looked somewhat serviceable over the last few starts, he still brings in a 5.60 ERA, 59th, and 1.52 WHIP, 59th. Furthermore, the left-hander was back to his old ways in his last start, getting blown up for 7 earned runs against the Pirates. This will be a great matchup for the Marlins, as their current roster has found success against Corbin in the past. The current roster is slashing .308/.372/.410 against him over 39 at-bats. Furthermore, Washington's bullpen has been one of the worst in the MLB this season, sitting 22nd in both ERA, 4.18, and WHIP, 1.34. I think it's worth a flyer on the Marlins as slight underdogs in this spot. Take Miami Marlins moneyline. While I think the Marlins do enough offensively to win this game, there's no denying that their offense has been an issue this season. Specifically over the last 14 days, they're just 25th in WRC plus, 75, and 24th in WOBA, .278. I think the Fish can secure the victory in a lower scoring contest. On the flip side, the Nationals haven't been much better offensively, ranking 17th, 93, and 15th, .300, in the aforementioned categories. Washington's running into Valente Beloso, who just mowed them down last week. The right-hander tossed 6.0 scoreless frames against the Nationals, giving up just 3 hits and 2 walks. That game ended 4-3 in favor of the Marlins. Let's lock in the under at +100 in this divisional showdown. New York Mets versus Philadelphia Phillies. The New York Mets have been doing well at the plate this year as they are 10th in the majors with a .734 team OPS while scoring 4.74 runs per game. Their ability to hit for power as they are 7th in the bigs with 184 total home runs up to this point. Shortstop Francisco Lindor has been hitting at an incredible level as he has a .832 OPS with 31 homers, 85 RBIs, 102 runs scored, and 27 steals on 31 opportunities. Luis Severino has been struggling a little bit this season according to his Baseball Savant page as he is in the 22nd percentile in whiff percentage, 34th percentile in strikeout percentage, 44th percentile in XBA, and 47th percentile in walk percentage. Severino has 6 different pitches: fastball, sinker, sweeper, cutter, changeup, slider, and his changeup needs to be better as hitters have a .340 batting average and a .600 slugging percentage. He has not faced the Phillies since the 2018 season, so it will be interesting to see how he does here. These bullpens are neck and neck with one another, but Philly has the advantage throughout the season. The Mets are 14th with a 3.89 reliever ERA, while the Phillies are right ahead of them at 13th place with a 3.85 bullpen ERA so far. These teams have been doing a great job in terms of scoring runs throughout the month of September as the Mets are averaging 4.3 runs per game while the Phillies are scoring 5.8 runs per game. All in all, go with the Philadelphia Phillies to win at home. The starting pitchers are showing they are struggling when diving into the pitching splits as Luis Severino is 4-4 with a 4.82 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP in 74.2 innings, 13 road starts, while Colby Allard is 0-0 with a 6.75 ERA and a .353 batting average against in 4.0 innings in his singular start at Citizens Bank Park. Both lineups have done outstanding hitting with runners in scoring position as the Mets are 6th with a .796 team OPS with runners in scoring position while the Phillies are 11th with a .771 team OPS in those at-bats. Go with over 8.5 runs in this game as the better bet here. Tampa Bay Rays versus Cleveland Guardians. This game was published before the results of their Friday night contest. Tyler Alexander is expected to take the mound for the Rays. In his last outing, he went 4.1 innings, gave up 1 hit, 0 walks, 1 earned run, and struck out 1 batter in a no decision against the Philadelphia Phillies. Alexander has a record of 6-4 with a 5.50 ERA, 1.30 WHIP, and a 76/21 KBB ratio in 7 starts and 20 total appearances this season. Opposing batters are hitting .271 against Alexander this season. This game was published before the results of their Friday night contest. The Cleveland Guardians are expected to start Joey Cantillo. In his last start, he went 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, 0 walks, 1 earned run, and struck out 10 in a win against the Chicago White Sox. On the season, he has a record of 1-3 with a 5.96 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, and a 25-9 KBB ratio in 5 starts and 6 total appearances. Opposing batters are hitting .237 against Cantillo. Cleveland has been average on offense this season. They are around the middle of the league in runs, home runs, RBI, OBP, SLG, and OPS. The Guardians' pitching staff has been good this season. As a team, they are in the top 10 in the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, strikeouts, WHIP, and batting average against. Cleveland is first in the AL Central. Kansas City is not far back from them in the division. Cleveland must finish the season strong to hold on to the division lead. Tampa Bay has been poor on offense this season. The Rays rank in the bottom 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, strikeouts, batting average, SLG, and OPS. The Guardians' pitching staff has been good this season. As a team, they are in the top 10 in the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, strikeouts, WHIP, and batting average against. Cleveland is fighting to remain in first place in the AL Central. The Guardians will win this contest at home. Take Cleveland on the money line. Tampa Bay has been poor on offense this season. The Rays rank in the bottom 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, strikeouts, batting average, SLG, and OPS. Guardians' pitching staff has been good this season. As a team, they are in the top 10 in the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, strikeouts, WHIP, and batting average against. Tampa Bay will struggle to score and the under will hit in this contest. Take the under, 8.5 runs.